remind me, okay? Aryan, please remind me, okay, to start the recording, even if I fail to turn it on.
Yes, sir.
Or also can tell me. So quickly glimpse port scanning with Nmap, because this entire curriculum is on networks pen testing. And then the next thing we'll be learning about enumeration. We'll try to do more and more basic of information gathering in the enumeration, before the enumeration phase only. Okay. So if you closely observe the basis of penetration testing, it's a never ending cycle. It's a always completely never ending cycle. Like it's a completely rotating, right? Like every phase is interdependent on each other. Yes. So planning and reconnaissance. So today we will be doing something called as planning and reconnaissance and scanning. These two topics will be covering up with a practical approach. So under scanning, we'll be learning also about enumerations. That is how we can find open source exploits or publicly available exploits, or some exploits which are not publicly available, and how we can use them. And also some exploits which require some sort of programming expertise, so that we can do some changes in them also. And I'll be introducing you to something, and then at the ending of the closing of the ceremony, I mean the classes, I'll be teaching you something about gaining access. There are multiple ways we can gain the access using the enumerations and the and the reconnaissance techniques. So the first machine that we'll be installing is Vuln OS. So let me go to Vuln OS. I just downloaded the machine for you guys. Uh, Machines. So these are all open source machines. Okay, so you need not worry about them. Now before that, sorry, not this document. Okay, save it. So before that, we'll learn something about bridge, net, and host based. Does anyone know what is this? Aryan, do you know this? Bridged, NAT, and host base.
Yes, sir.
Network address translation.
Yeah, network address translation to ho gaya. Who is answering? Can you tell me your name? I think it's Harsh, right? You are speaking, Harsh?
Sir.
Hello. Yeah. So NAT, bridge, these are three different types of network adapters which are available. Okay, if you're basically using a VM host or VMware or anything virtual Oracle box. So when you say host, yeah, when you say host base, whatever is your host machine. Now, for example, my host machine is this beautiful Windows 10, the most useless machine, right? So whatever is my IP address, 192.168 something something something, that will be the same IP address of my virtual machines. So virtual machines and physical machines. So physical machines means something that you are having, like basically in computer terminologies, physical machines and host machines are the same. That is your main machine. And under inside that you create your virtual machines. Virtual machines means without installing the machines or booting the machine, you can use third-party third-party softwares like VMware Workstation, Oracle VirtualBox to create your machines virtually. Whenever you want them, you can turn it on, use it, turn it off. Yeah, that's that was the main intention of VMware Workstation or Oracle VirtualBox, or even UTM also. UTM is basically for Mac OS. Okay. Then we have something called as net, and then we have something called as bridged. These two things are very interrelated but different from each other. Both are dependent. I mean, both are interrelated and not very much interrelated, I can say, but kind of similar based on the IP address categorizations. So we have IP class A, class B, class C, class D, right? Can
Yes,
anyone
sir.
tell me? So who knows about bridge? So one person tell your name and explain about bridge connection. Anyone? Who knows?
So, like A class, B class, and C class networks, sir.
Yeah, what is bridge adapter or bridge connection?
Sir, bridge connection is um, means I have a little idea on it. Like it takes a part of a network from the host network.
Yeah, that is true. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Aryan, Baba?
Sir, it connects two network.
Okay.
Bridge connection means connecting two networks.
Okay, correct. And then what about NAT?
Uh, s- Sir, NAT, I guess, is sharing IP addresses from the host machine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Satvik, do you have any answer for this?
For NAT networks, huh?
NAT, what is NAT? What is bridge? See,
Uh,
if you don't understand this concept now, then network pen testing is na
yes.
ke barabar only. Okay.
Uh,
So tell me.
so the NAT network means we in network address translation we give the IP address for the virtual we give the IP address for the our virtual machine.
Okay.
Sir,
Now, what
NAT
does bridge
means
mean?
when we are connecting from one network to another network.
Connecting to one network. Baba Varad, any idea, any answer? Varad disappeared. 30 par ho gaya Varad. Varad is there or
Yes,
no?
sir.
He's gone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is there? Aryan, very good. Tell. You know the answer?
No,
See, the
sir. No idea.
answer is it's a very debatable answer. Okay. Usually, such types of answers, questions do arise in interviews, and it's very debatable. Everyone has their own perspective. Okay. Now, network adapters, basically bridge, net, and host base. These are all our VM virtual machine network adapters. Okay. Physically, if you go to see, we have something called an NIC, right? Network interface card, NIC cards, which everyone has. We have a Ethernet NIC, we have a LAN NIC, then we have our wireless NIC, right? Or you can just, right, what is NIC? Network interface cards. What is it? It's like a normal extra add-on card that is put into your computer or your CPU, so that you get used to you can access the internet. Now, this is a physical type of card, but when you want to use your VM, that is virtual machines, you cannot do, right? You cannot add extra set of card, because every computer will have one set of NIC card or multiple set of cards. But in VMware, you cannot do that, right? At least in laptop, though, you have only one adapter card. Yes or no? That is wireless ones. Or you have the second one, that is your LAN cable one. Yes or no? Yeah. So when we speak about host-based machines, host-based machines was very good introduced by some administrators. What would happen is every company would purchase one particular IP address, right? And that IP address could be used by their application servers, by database servers, or by development team servers. We can call it a DevOps also. Yes. So one particular IP address would be uniquely used by a unique IP address would be used by all these three people. So this was the main intention of having host base. So whenever one person required it, like application team, somebody has to use it. So 9 to 10 was given time to them. Then 11 to 12 was given time for the database management or database server teams or DevSecOps after that. Now what came is bridge adapters and network adapters, that is network address translations. Okay, so bridge adapter mode is used for connecting virtual networks, okay, of the VMs to the physical network adapter of the virtual Oracle. I mean, whatever it is, your machine is created. That is, now for example, if I select if my computer IP address is 192.168.1.16, okay. Now what bridge adapter would do is, so even the bridge, see, both are functioning in the same way, okay? Both are functioning in the same way. What the bridge adapter would do is, or whenever you select bridge adapter, anything, so it would first scan in your entire IP address ka range. That is, your VMware will scan. in your entire subnet only, and see whatever are there, whoever are allocated some IP addresses. Now based on that, it will directly fetch up an IP address which is completely available. So basically bridge adapter का मतलब ये है कि it will connect your virtual machine to your physical network adapter where the host machine is running. Now nowadays at our home, what happens, we have all this set of IP address, right? 190 to 168. Yes or no? So you will see this. Now coming to the net. Okay. Any doubt anyone has with respect to net?
No, sir.
With respect to bridge, there is one
No,
catch,
sir.
okay, which I'll tell you guys here also. Okay, there is one catch also, I'll tell you. Now in net, what happens is, see, both are functioning the same way. I'm not saying both are different, but net with respect to the security perspective, or let's say not a security perspective, with respect to the privacy perspective, net was introduced. So with the help of net, what happens? So net basically allows you to access the internet also. And then the best part about net is it makes your browsing, or it makes your computer or your virtual machine more silent. Silent as well as what you say, एक second. Silent as well as more private and secure. So you cannot say it as to be more like what you say, VPN and all like that. So this is more of like a private and secure, and this is more of like a like public, and it is accessible. So the only major difference between both, I'll say, is about bridge. Bridge is basically uh, it makes your VM public and completely accessible. But in net, what happens is it makes your VM more private and secure. That is, nobody can access it. Only you. Whenever only you can access it. So this is the only difference between both of them. So right now in all our machines now, we'll be only using the bridge adapter overall. Okay. Now there is one more catch. Tomorrow we are connected to some router. For example, a router IP address is a Class A IP address. When you say Class A IP address, it means it will be something from 0 to 10 wale ranges, right? That time we need to use net. Now there is a very vast reason also why it is said, but we'll not focus much on that. Okay. Just remember about these three terminologies: bridged, net, and host base. Okay. So this is the machine. If you extract and use it, you can just click on this particular file, which is VirtualBox machine definition file, VMD file, and you can just say open with VirtualBox manager or VB manager. Okay. So by default, this machines are configured only. So the only thing that we need to do is we need to go to the network. Okay, enable adapter network 1 is there, and then we'll just select bridge adapter. Okay, and whatever is your net adapter, whatever is your name. So mine is this one, which is currently working, and I'll just say okay. So you need not select or system not change anything in the RAM, in the graphics, or in the sizing also. Okay, and then you can just say start. So it will take a bit of 2 to 3 minutes to start the machine. And yeah, basically it depends on your computer also, how fast is your computer. Okay, so this will start the machine. Yes. So let this start, and then we'll go to my Parrot OS. I'll change my network adapter to bridged because I want to I want to have both my machines in the same network. That is my target machine and my host machine also, and my virtual machine. So I'll turn on Parrot. You can use any operating system, okay, of your choice. I personally like to use Parrot OS over Kali Linux because this is more stable and less of GUI based and not a fancy things also on here. And I remember I told you guys about one tool called Xmind. So we'll be using Xmind today. I'll show you how we can use Xmind to create a normal documentations or like just mind mapping. So the first thing which I'll be writing here is, I'll go to the outliner. I'll just say target IP as whatever it is. Let's find out a target IP also. Let's see if the machine, yeah, the machine is started now. Let's see if this gets connected or not. Okay, it has not connected. Let's do one thing. We'll change our network adapter and see. Sorry. We'll change our network adapter. Okay. I think my company VPN is not allowing to do that. Let's see what is the matter. So we'll put them both in net and keep it. So net, and this guy also has net. Net. Okay. So starting this guy. Along with this, I'll start this guy also, the target machine. So far, so good, guys. Anyone has any doubt? Am I going too fast?
No, sir.
Aryan, Harsh, Satvik, Varad. Am I going too fast? No, right? If yes, please let me know. See, these are very simple machines, okay? So did not get stressed also if the machines are not working. The key rule of solving or practicing all these machines are practice them on your own and do not even use walkthroughs. Do not use walkthroughs. The moment you start using walkthroughs, guys, believe me, you guys will start depending on all the notes, okay? And the day you stop using walkthrough, your brain will literally work like a rocket. So where am I? I'm root. Okay, fine. So I'll extend this guy. Okay, extend this guy and increase the screen. Okay, perfect. IPA. So we got our IP address now. Let's try to ping and see any machine or whatever it is. No, I don't want to check. 8.8.8.8. I can see 5. Okay, it's working. Yeah. So now let's consider this as a completely black box testing. Remember the keywords: black box versus white box. Okay. When I say about black, let's come with white box first. When I say about white box testing means you are given the entire details or information about your target or the type of or whoever you are going to be doing conducting assessments. Your information is given. Information consists of like whoever are the users, whatever it is, users, the type of operating system, whatever, any data is given to you, which will be very useful. And black box testing means no single information is given to you. Yes. So now, right now, let's consider this to be a completely black box testing for us. Okay. Side by side now, we'll be writing our information gathering ka report also. Okay. So please pay attention today. And then evening after the session is over, you can practice on your own. This is very important. Any penetration tester who tells you not to write an information gathering report, just go and tightly slap that person. Because tomorrow that penetration tester will leave the company or will leave the world also. At least this report will be used and it will be shared among the team members. So there will be a documentation of the findings. Yeah. So always penetration testing report to hota hi hai hamara. But we have to write a detailed information gathering report also. Okay. And there is one more type of report called as POC, proof of concept report, where we mention about how the exploitation work and from the where you got the exploitation. Matlab, if you are doing if you are making your custom exploit, then only you can what you say, you can use it. I mean, you can have such type of reports, or else these two reports are very important. Okay, now I'll be speaking about one tool called as Net Discover. Sorry, there is no spacings here. So let me write this as tools. So the first type of tool that we'll be using is called Net Discover. Now, Net Discover is a very good tool when you want to do active and passive reconnaissance. I hope you guys remember what is active and passive reconnaissance. I won't repeat here. So
Yes, sir.
it's by default, if you see Kali Linux or you see what you say, Parrot or Black Arc Linux, Arch Linux, it's there. By default, it is there. Anybody who says net discovery not there, then just consider that fellow to be a pinky fellow. Pinky fellow matlab he's using Mac OS. Okay. So net discover is a very active or passive reconnaissance tool, ARP reconnaissance tool. Now since we are having a same set of IP address, so right now we are doing intranet network testing. It means we are there inside the network. Yes. So this is a very excellent tool if you want to do testing, especially in Active Directories also. Now, I personally use it. Active Directory testing also, just to see what type of IP addresses are there and but yeah, the only worst part is it doesn't give full detailed information, but it tells you like who is it, what type of system is there. So right now what I'll do is I'll show you how to run this tool. This is my IP address. Let me copy my IP address and put it somewhere. So I'll just say host machine IP as so and so. We'll write it information gathering for whatever is the IP address. And then let's say target machine IP. Okay, let's do one thing. We'll make it as one particular column here called as network IPs. See, this is the best part about mind maps. I'll tell you how it is. If you go to mind map now, you'll see, right? This will create like two different things, like a proper structure will be created for you. So they have two ways. You can directly write it from here or go to outliner and write it. So I prefer to use outliner and then copy this. So we'll run this tool for net discover -r. We'll specify a specific range. I'll put my IP address, and since I've created a network bridge adapter, I mean net adapter, whatever it is, the starting 3 IP addresses will remain the same for all of my systems. So if you see my computer also, so today I'm showing you guys on my computer, okay, and not on my office laptop, which is not working properly for me. So you see, right? So this is my computer IP address. That's my local, I mean, my personal system 192.168.1.3. So anything 1.3, 1.16, whatever it is of my Parrot OS also, virtual machine or Oracle VirtualBox will automatically just select a random IP address for that. Okay. So this is the command net discover hyphen so and so. Okay, I'll copy the command and I'll put it here also. So we'll run this. So it will take a bit of time to execute and tell you whatever it is. So let's see. It says finished. 192.168.2. Okay. Let's see who is this guy. So individual, I'll just copy the IP addresses here and I'll go to the browser. I'll paste it here and I'll see. So I don't think this should be the one. Just be careful, okay? By default now it runs as HTTPS, so you need to be little careful also here. Okay, this both are not my IP addresses. So let's see what is the main issue now. Okay. Who was joining?
Yeah, it was me, sir.
Okay. Still, it is not showing. Just a second. We'll reboot the machines and see. ठीक है. I'll try to run the code again and I'll see what it is. No, this is not working like this. Wait 1 second, huh, guys? I'll just make it work. Okay, yaar. Power off. I'll try to install some other machine. I'll see it. I did not. Okay, why? Let's see. I'll try to install some other machine. I'll see it. Huh? Just a second. Okay, automatic. No, this is not the correct approach. 1 second. Huh? Okay, this guy got an IP address. So let's try to work on Funbox machine and see. Okay, Funbox 11. And my Parrot OS is still running. Okay, done. ठीक है. Xmind, this is fine. How come? Just a second, huh? No. Just a second. Let's try to run overall net discover and see. One second, guys. Let me figure out this error. Okay, simultaneously, you guys can check how we are installing Parrot OS also with a very quick approach. So by default, the credentials of Parrot OS is Parrot only. Just like Kali, we have Kali. So once the OS is installed, you can go to this install OS and then just say install Parrot. And then whatever it is, select your appropriate data and your time zone, wherever you want to be. Let it be as default. Okay. Erase and this, no swap. Computer name Parrot. Parrot. Always keep your password as Parrot only. Easy to remember. If you want, you can keep a custom password and we'll install. Now. It will take at least, depending upon your processor and all, it will take a bit time to install. So let's see. I'm very surprised that this thing is not working. Just a second, I'll check out this error.
Login అవుతుంది.
Just a second, let me check out this error, okay?
My God.
Till then, you guys can download the files and check. Till then, download your files and check. Rubbish.
box है नहीं
Satvik and Harsh, you guys are trying, right? Install this and see on your computer
Yes, sir.
how it is
Yes,
working.
sir. So the what's the login for Funbox?
No, that is the hint. We need to find the flag.
Okay.
That's
So
a hint.
that
So you're getting a fun
okay.
box, right? So this is completely black box testing machines, whatever we get. Yeah. Uh, Aryan, you're trying, right?
Yes, sir. I'm trying.
Try करो एक बार बाबा. I'm not understanding what is the problem with my computers these days. Just a second. I'll quickly install this guy also and see. Do I have Kali Linux? Kali. Okay, I have Kali Linux. Can try with Kali. Cancel this guy and I'll see. Quickly install Kali on my system, right? Huh? Remove. Delete all files. Okay. New VM virtual Oracle virtual box. Oh, it's there. Open will. Okay, fine. Open with virtual Oracle virtual manager. I'll change the RAM to my 16 GB processor. 4 core is sufficient. Storage total, yeah, that is. Just give me a second, okay, guys. I'm trying with Kali Linux also. The worst operating system to use. Okay. Positively, let's see if it is working or not for us. Doesn't matter with this. 1 second, huh? Let me see. What is the matter with the machines now? अरे यार Shit. I'll randomly assign one. Okay, 14. Submit a mismatch. Let it be 0. Is local to distributor VMs and so and so and so and so things. Okay. Let's use NAT for this. Where is for this guy? Okay. ठीक है. 2. One second. Let me figure out Gateway 2. Okay. ठीक है. You guys are getting? It's working. Aryan, then Harsh, working for you guys?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's working.
Yes, sir. We were able to like ping the.
Machine also.
Yes, sir. We machines were responding to the packets.
Aryan?
No, sir, not for me.
No, right?
No,
Same
sir.
network settings, bridge or net?
Bridge. Both. I checked for both, but the machine did not respond.
Okay, very surprising. Huh?
Yes.
This is okay. No, this is not the way it should be working. Okay, let me see with Nmap, right? Huh? Let's check with Nmap what it has to offer for us. Just a second, I'm just doing something different only to see if. Okay. Okay, we found the machine IP, I guess. No, this is not the machine IP. All scan, not scan, reset. 253. No, this is also not the machine IP. 128. Just a second, huh? 192, 160, 128. Yeah, give me a second. I think I'll have to switch to my office laptop only. Give me a second, okay? I'll turn on my office laptop. Yeah? Just wait for a minute, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. One moment, I'm turning on my Teams and joining through that. Yeah. My other laptop screen is visible, right? Yeah, visible. I can also see it. Visible, na, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Ashish, Aryan, yes, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. ठीक है. Ethernet 0. It is 10.10 so and so IP address. Discover -R 172.119. What it was 10.0 10.0.2.0 slash. Let's see. Sir, can I call you in sometime? I'm taking a class. जी. Okay, let's see if this is the correct one or not. And 0.2.4. Okay, one second, man. What is the problem with this rubbish things? I don't know. Aryan, you got the IP address?
No, sir.
Harsh, Satvik, you guys are on same computer, right? Did you guys get?
Sir, we got the IP addresses, sir, but We are not able to connecting in the web browser.
Okay, fine. Okay, just a second. Let me figure out. It does happen sometimes with Windows. Kali, Kali. Okay. Let's see now. Yeah. So we got, okay. I have got the IP address of my machine also. Let me try to see if the IP of my Funbox machine is also active or not. I'll run this machine also in bridged adapter and see. Just a second, huh? Okay. So not this. Okay, so if you don't get now, what you need to do is just try to see both the network adapter settings, whether they are in the bridge or the net. If they're on the bridge now, especially on the laptop, what you need to do is we need to select the particular what you say. We need to select the particular the network interface what we're using, because on a laptop what happens is we have this same NIC card with both functionalities. So right now I'm not connected the laptop to any of my Ethernet cable, and it's only connected to my home Wi-Fi. Yeah. So if it doesn't work, the best is uh, restart your laptop. It will work. Okay. So the first thing that we do is we use Net Discover. So Net Discover is a very excellent tool to understand your internal your intranet IP addresses. So if I turn on this command, so you'll see we have different IP addresses here, 1.4, 1.7. Since my target machine and my computer or my laptop, it's in the same network. So that's why it will only show me whatever is there in this particular range. Now, if I don't use this -r command and I directly just enter Net Discover, what will happen is I'll open it on some other slide and show it to you. What will happen is it will start scanning from class A, class B, class C, class D IP address ranges. So if you see here, it will keep on scanning till all the set of ranges are covered. Yes. Right now, our target IP address is this. Just to give a hint, this PCI system tech link. So this is my target IP address. So if I go to web browser, I'll open a web browser and I'll remove all this and I'll paste the IP address. Sorry, not this. Okay. 1.7. So this is my target ka IP address. This is my target IP address. So first in phase of information gathering is done. So I'll open a new tab here. So our first information phase is done. So target IP, it's so and so. Okay. And my host machine IP address, that's my Kali Linux IP address also I'll mention here so that I don't, each and every time I don't go and check with typing IP.A and all like that. Okay, so I'll just mention my IP address here also, 192.168.1.10. So the first phase of information gathering. Now let's start with something called as collecting the information. Okay, like reconnaissance is the first phase. Sorry for my spelling. Planning and reconnaissance. So the first thing that we do here is information gathering. Now we have gathered one important information, that is our target ka IP address. So this chunk of information you can mention. So information gathering ke andar, this is the first data that we have found. Then the next set of data that we'll be doing is, since it's working on a web-based application, the first important thing that we do is we go right click and we just say view page source. Under view page source, we try to search for parameters like username or password or user ID or ID or uh, passwd, whatever. Okay, or carefully we can read through the HTML file also here. So there is nothing much resourceful that you are finding here, but there is one link here. It's a sublink. It's a subdomain that takes to some other website. Okay, let's try to click on this and see what it is. So if you click on this, it takes us to some third-party website only. Okay. So closely, if you observe here, it's the same. Can you see on the right-hand side down, 192.168.1.7/JABC. So if you click on JABC, it will take you to some other domain. Here also, एक second, guys. एक second, huh? Just a second, I'll just tell him that I'm busy. Okay, so let's see. Now, here we'll try to do the same thing. We'll go right click view page source and see like if there are any important data or whatever we find here. So best way is Control and F and we say username. So there is no username here. Password, there is no password here. Then ID. So there is nothing such as ID here important, or admin or administrator also we can see. Yes. So this is one type of viewing the gathering information from the page source also. So I'll write it down. Gathering information from the page source, or we can just say uh, website source code. Because what happens is sometimes the developers or the coder, what he does is in the content, in the comment files, they unintentionally they add the username or the default username, password, credentials, or some important piece of data also. So that's why it's always important to see or check the websites also, and the website source codes. Yes. Now we'll do one by one enumerations of this. Enumeration matlab we'll try to gather more and more information of this individual tabs here. So I just see home. Home will directly take me to one particular section only. About us. So and in about us, there is nothing much important phrase here. So let's see. Right click. Sorry, not this. Right click view page source. So let's search for the same parameters again. Username. There is no username. If there is user, nothing much important also here. ID, nothing important. Admin, administrator, nothing important here. So now the thing is, we couldn't get anything here. Even this particular data that is written here, chunk of data, this is just a randomly keyword that has been done. So it's always important. Okay, I'm saying you guys again and again, view each and everything here. Then we'll go to the next tab and see whatever you find. So we find this. Okay, welcome to Jabs. This is a preview of a current production line. Feel free. Okay, let's see what it is. Okay. So let's see if you click on add to cart, where does it take? There is any cart option here? No, we don't have any cart option here. Let's do one thing. Right click on this button and see what it does. So it doesn't do anything. It's just like a static page only. So it is not doing anything. If anybody clicks on this, it will directly just say a pop-up message will be there saying so and so is added to the cart, but there is no such cart option also here, right? So we'll go to the documentation section. Under documentation section also, it's nothing here. So the best is right click and just say view page source. Okay, under the view page source, you will find anything relevant, then only we'll note it down. So let's see. Okay, there is something saying here. For detailed view and documentation of product, please view our documentation platform JDocs on the server and just the login credentials with guest. Okay, so this is one important piece of data that we found. So let me copy this, paste it here. Sorry, that information report template that I was doing. So let me copy it here. Okay, 1.1.1. 1.1. Okay, so what was this thing? No, JABC docs. Okay, so I'll mention it here. The data that we found, I mean, 192, 168, 253. Sorry, not 253. It was 1.4. 1.7. Sorry, 1.7 JABC docs. 1.7/JABC. Okay. So under this, we found this particular data, redirecting to JBC server, and the default login credentials are also mentioned here to us. Right. So let's try what it is. Credentials. So let's see. I'll select the this and then I'll paste. And what was it? JBC docs, right? JBC docs. So we have this open document. So the login credentials was guest something. So guest will enter. Okay. So here also you need to do everything. You right click view page source and see whatever important you get here, like username, passwords, whatever, anything, any random keyword also that comes in your mind, the username or user ID or ID. So do we have anything ID here? No, nothing. Password or pass WD? No, nothing. So the next is we'll try to see the PDF file here. So there is any PDF files here. It says to download. What is it? Here also we need to see whatever it is in the PDF file. So we'll have to read each and everything here. So the term so and so, so and so. Okay, fine. This is up to you guys. Okay, I'm going to leave it on you guys. Yes. Then we'll go to home and we'll try to see some other images also. It doesn't. Does it allow us to add anything? Let's see. Because we have logged in as guest. No, there is no such option to add also. Then we'll go to the next tab called checking. So here it says no document you have checked in. So okay, fine. We are not allowed to do anything. Search to search parameters. Okay, fine. Then we have add docs. So here we'll see. Okay, we can add multiple things here, like or just a specific type of file we can add. Okay, fine. This is also there. Add document, and then we have logout. Then we have the most important parameter we have found is this particular version. Yes. So I'll just right click on this, copy the version name. I'll paste it in normal browser and I'll just say exploit in Google. So ExploitDB is one such platform where you'll get all the exploits which work. Sometimes they don't work also. So this is one thing. So okay, fine. We can just mention, we can make a note of this also since there is an exploit. So we found under JABC docs, we found this particular version, right? So JABC docs works on this particular version. So we'll write it down. So right now, what we'll do, we'll just note it. JABC DOCS docs version running. Okay. So right now we'll just make notes and keep, and the possible exploit that Google is telling us is one, this exploit. So I'll keep it as it is for further usages. Then the next thing that Google showed me was some YouTube link also. So we can see this also link later on. You can see it, and then some other exploits also. Okay, so we have these write-ups also. We'll ignore the write-ups, or some methods also it is telling. So we can just copy and keep it right now. So we'll just say this link, not this. Okay. Okay. Link 1, link 2, POC link will say. Okay. So the first chunk of data we have got. Now let's try to log out this. Now there is one more way where we can find the type of technologies are running on this particular target. So there are two ways we can do. So one is by default we have this CLI command called as what web, and then followed by the IP address whatever you want or the target name. So right now I'll paste this. So the best part about this what web is it will tell you, it won't give you false positivity, that is true, and it will tell you on one particular domain or one particular target what type of exploits are there or what type of technologies are running. So we'll just say what web and then followed by the target name. Similarly, we will do what web. Okay, what happened to this? What web HTTP 1.7 JBC similar, and then the third one what we'll do is what web JBC docs also NC. Okay, JBC docs. So under subdomains also it can find the type of technologies are there. Now, for example, see, we got the output for this. So it says Apache 2.4 running, right? And then any other critical data, it says Ubuntu. Okay. With respect to these versions also, we can find the different types of exploits, publicly available exploits. So the second chunk of data, I mean, inside is technology. Basically, it's called identifying technologies. Identifying technologies. So whatever domains you find, whatever subdomains you find, you mention each and everything. Okay. So 192.168. Sorry, it was 192.168. 1.7. Here we found Apache so and so version running. Okay. Then the next thing we had run about what web is 192.168 1.7/JABC. We found Apache 2.4. Then we have PHP. This particular website was built on PHP page, it says. Okay, so this is also a good chunk of information that we have got. Okay, then let's see in the third one. So here it says no route to so and so thing. Okay, fine. No data was found here. Chalo, let's. This was using what web. Okay, then we have one more tool, or you can say a browser-based tool called as Wapalizer. So if you closely observe Wapalizer, if you want to install Wapalizer, I'll tell you how it can be done. So you can go to more tools and then go to extensions for developers. Here you can just type Wapalizer. You'll find Wapalizer ka name. I'm sending it across the chat and keep it handy also. Okay, so by default it is added into my system. So if I go to Wapalizer and I'll go to this particular page, okay, on JBC docs or JBC only. So Vaporizer tells me different things here. Is it visible for you? Visible, right? The technologies. Along with the technologies, it is telling you the relevant what you say service that is, I mean, the versions that are there. Yes or no? And you
Yes,
can
sir.
cross check. Okay, Vaporizer also you can cross check with Vaporizer as well as what web. So if you see here, Apache server was running. It was telling, right, even what web was telling us about the version number 2.4.7, right? 2.4.7. So it means both are identical tool, but it's always good to run multiple tools together and see. Similarly, see Python, PHP is running. So if you go to PHP, where was it? PHP 5.5.9 was running. Yes, 5.5.9 was running. Then it has a CMS called it Drupal. Now we'll note each and everything here. Okay, we'll note each and everything. So here I'll say using what web, and then we'll say using Vaporizer. Now the reason why I'm showing you both the tools is what web is by default there in Ubuntu also. By default there in Ubuntu. And by default in every Linux. I don't know about others, but Ubuntu though it is there. Linux in Kali Linux and Parrot also it's there. Yeah, messages are coming. Okay. Now, in case you don't have any access of your intranet networks, you have just entered the network, but you don't know what is doing what. And Vaporizer is one tool which is a completely GUI based tool. It's not a CLI based tool, right? If you see, Vaporizer is not a CLI based tool right now for us. So sometimes in the web browser also there will be restrictions on your web browser, which will be automatically restricted by the intranet network administrators also. So try to use both the tools to get more detailed information. Yes. So let's note each and everything at once. So using Vaporizer CMS, it is telling us Drupal. Then we have web servers as Apache 2.4.7. Then the programming language that was used is PHP 5.5.9. Anything important? Yes, the jQuery is also we can say. Okay, OS also we can say Ubuntu, because when we'll be running Nmap will tell you about the Linux operating system, but it won't tell you the type of OS that is running. Yes. Then just for namesake, I'm writing this JavaScript library is also used here, because at times what happens is you get open exploits also available, Google, and then jQuery is also there. jQuery UI, which is running on 1.8.18. Okay, this is for JABC docs. I mean, yes, JABC only. Okay, let me mention here. Now let's see what is there for the other one also. So which is the normal one, the target. So it's almost the same, right? I'll refresh it all again and I'll see. Yes, it is almost the same. So still, I'll have to mention it somewhere, right? I'll keep it. Now coming to JABC docs also. So we had this one hidden website also, right? jabcdocs.php. So here also it should be the same, or let's see what different it is. See, it is almost the same. And guest login करके भी देख लेते हैं what it shows. Almost the same. Both are same for all. So I'll just do one thing is just hit this. Login. So everything is same here for us. Okay. Now, please be careful, huh? Both the tools can give you false positivity. So do not be completely dependent on them. Yes. So this was one chunk of information that we gathered all this while. Yes. It's a part of reconnaissance only. Now the next thing that we'll be doing is 1.1.2. That is port scanning. We'll try to run port scanning and see what we get. Now port scanning using Nmap. You can use Nmap, you can use Rust scan, you can use AMAS also. So all are pre-installed in Kali Linux. I guess AMAS is not installed in Kali Linux. So AMAS is not installed in Kali Linux, but you can install it there and there also. Okay. So all these tools are good. I personally, I'm okay with using all these three tools also. But the only thing is you need to configure the tools in such a way that they do not create noises. See, each and every time I'm saying one thing: noise, noise, noise. The less noise you create, the better for you. Yes. So now we'll try to run Nmap scan. So first I'll do one thing is I'll create a directory here. Yeah. Let's say one OS. One OS. One OS, what we'll say. Machine. CD one OS. Machine. It's empty. So let's start with Nmap first. Okay. So basic is Nmap and then the target IP address. Or else we can also mention the domain name. Now, right now, our domain name is not there. So we can mention directly the target IP address. So this is a default scan. With this scan, you won't get anything progressive reports also, or progressive, what you say, important things. So it will only tell you open port and close port, or at least open port. See, it told me, right? Open ports are so and so. If I use nmap -sv, now before that, I'll show you something important. If I just say nmap -help, so this will tell you each and everything. So I'll explain you step by step and the most important parameters that we'll be using. So right now you can see here, right? We have a target specification. By default, Nmap will always run your host discovery. What does it host discovery mean is, first it will check whether the particular target is alive or not. If it is alive, then only it will perform testing. If it is not, then what is the use of performing testing? And the worst part about Nmap is, if you if you in real time, what happens is, if you start Nmap, it will take time. So your results may not be coming in very fast. Okay, right now these vulnerable machines are designed for that only. But in real time, have patience, keep patience. Patience is important for pen testing. So your results will be like, might take 1 day, 2 days, 1 hour, 2 hour, or 1 month also. The longest that I have got result from Nmap from one particular host is 47 days to complete. So you need to keep patience. Okay, patience is key for pen testing. If you don't have patience now, then pen testing is nothing. You cannot do only pen testing. And if you don't know how to start with patience, so you can do one thing is, I always suggest people, you can start with Inner Engineering by Sadhguru. He'll teach you how to have patience. Okay, I'm not promoting him, I'm just giving you tips. Okay. So here, with respect to host discovery, what Nmap will do is it will do a TCP IP or UDP type of scan, or TCP scan. Basically, it will do a three-way handshake just to see whether the target is alive or not. Okay. Still, since we know that the target is alive, we can skip that particular step of host discovery. I'll show you how it is. We can use this command called -pn. So first, what I'll do is I'll open a tool called as Wireshark. Okay, so we will be learning about Wireshark in some time. I mean, most probably tomorrow I'll teach you guys about Wireshark. Wireshark is a very excellent tool for network packet analysis. See, it is not an intrusion detection system tool or not an intrusion prevention system tool. Okay, please remember, Wireshark is not automation tool. It won't. If you turn on Wireshark and leave it, it won't give you pop-up messages like saying ki a threat entered or whatever entered. See, it will never tell you. It will just tell you the type of packets that are coming and going, basically inbound and outbound packets to your network. So what I'll do is I'll select this ETH0 and I'll keep it. So we have different Wireshark, what you say, terminals here. So right now, the first on top that you're seeing here, this is all the information that you'll find. Like serial number, you'll find the source and destination is the most important, and the protocols. So I think my mobile phone received some message, so that's why it is popping up with this. Okay. There are multiple filters also here. So what I'll do is IP dot. I'll just teach you guys tomorrow. Okay, what is this? SRC is equal to 192.168.1.4 equal to. Okay. So whatever my computer will keep on sending the packets, let's analyze. Oh wait, I think I'll have to enter my Kali Linux IP here. What's my Kali Linux IP? 1.10. Okay. Okay, 1.10. Okay. So the main reason why I'm showing this is I just want to show you guys how we can how Nmap starts to scan and how Nmap we can skip the host based scanning. Okay. So the first thing is I'll go here. I'll go to this place. I'll start with Nmap, and then I'll run. I'll just run the same command. So if you see here, the packets are started to flow. One second now. Okay, see 1.7. See, first it started with it starts from here. This packet. It started with TCP IP type of scan here. So if I scroll there, so it will do a host discovery here first, right? It will see TCP IP is done. Then if you closely observe here, there is a synchronous packet sent. Then once the particular target has said, okay, fine, I'm alive, it will send an acknowledgement packet. It will send an acknowledgement packet from your destination to source. Also, you can observe, see, your target machine has told your Kali Linux machine that, okay, fine, bro, I'm alive. Let's do now next what? Now the next type of thing what our Kali Linux is doing, it will perform all these type of scannings. So you cannot observe what it is. You can just analyze it through this. So yes, so this is what Kali Linux is doing with the machine. I mean, Nmap is doing with the machine. Now since we know that our machine is alive, let's try to use this command called as -pn. -pn stands for ping probe. So ping probe ka matlab hai it will skip the particular scanning in that computer. So my IP was, let's see, my IP 1.7. Okay, 1.7. I'll do one thing is I'll restart my machine and I'll enter. So let's see now what happens is 1.10. Okay, see, let's go down and see. 192, 1.68, 1.4, and 1 IP dot address is equal to 192.168.1.7. Okay. Let's try again. Okay, see, now this is the previous result what we had. Okay, this is the machine. This is the Kali Linux ka IP address. if you closely observe each and every packets, now you'll understand that your ping is skipped here. So if you see very closely, another thing is if you see the latency or the time to scan also, you will find a difference. This took 11.4 seconds, 11.32 seconds. Yes. So you will see the difference when we will be when you if you guys do live testing of your targets. So right now I'll turn off this machine. I'll turn off Vaporizer. I'll close it, quit without saving. So nmap, then followed by the IP address. So this will give you a glimpse about like what is open, what is closed. Okay. Okay. The next thing is what happens. The next thing in very important parameter of nmap is I'll open my documentation down, or else I'll open a new one. Okay. So nmap, the first one is basic scan, that is just by typing nmap ka name and followed by the target IP. Target IP. See, tomorrow when you will be doing real-time testings in real environments, you will have n number of tabs open here, n number of tabs, n number of workspaces. So you can rename the sessions also. But by default, if you close the tab now, your entire history is gone. So we can save the results of nmap also in txt format or any general any custom format that you want. But by default, txt format is the best. So we can the next thing that we'll be learning is saving the output. So we can use this argument called as hyphen small o capital N, and then followed by the file name, whatever it is, .txt. Yes. So I'll just do one thing is I'll just write hyphen o, and the best approach of saving a file name is whatever was the IP address of the target, just mention it and just say .txt. So whatever is the result will be automatically saved here. So I'll just show you. If you go to desktop, okay, let's go to desktop. Desktop. I'll go to desktop, and we created right one OS. So see, it created a file automatically for us. Yes. So today, so best practice is to write the IP address or the domain name and keep it, so that you don't keep it you don't lose the names or whatever. If you write your own custom name like domain so and so, domain so and so, then you will one day you'll only forget what was that scan, and then you will have to check, open and check the files. Yes. Word disappeared. Leaving. So this was about the output of the file. The next thing that we'll be learning is about service scans, or let's say service/versions. Please note again and again, I'm telling this particular tool is a noisy tool, and there will be a lot of false positivity also here. Okay. It means it will tell you that this particular this is working, but it may work or may not work. In news channels, we say, right, sutro ke anusar. It means the news can be true and it is not true also. Yes. So the next type of scan that we'll be learning is about the service scans. So I can create one more text file. I can just say underscore service version. And then what I'll do is, before that, I'll just say hyphen small s and capital V. So SV, I'll relate here. Okay, one second. Nmap hyphen help. C version. So this will tell you the type of the service version, what is there. Okay. So I'll run this. I'll show you. Let's see how much time is it taking. Okay. Saw the difference? Aryan, Satvik, and Harsh.
Yes, sir.
Solid different.
Yes,
You
sir.
get all these versions car names here, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
smart pen tester is always important to keep a note of things. So first I'll write that IP address and then the open port. What was open? So this was TCP port, which was open for me. It was running SSH and it was open SSH 6.6.1 P1 Ubuntu. I'll copy. Okay, let's not waste time. I'll copy this guy. Okay. Then the next that we found was port number 80 TCP. Then I'll just copy paste or leave it. Then the next thing that we found was this thing, whatever it was. Okay. Now, this was about our port scanning. See, the next thing that we'll be learning is about something called as specific. We can do specific type of ports. So, okay, this is not the correct place where I kept the results. 1 second. Huh? Where is it? Okay, here. Okay. So the sorry. So this was hyphen small v. Then we have something called as port scan. Now the best part about port scanning is we can make a specific port scan, just one port or two ports, specific port scanning, or we can do something called as range of ports, or we can do something called as range of ports. Yeah, just two types of things. Yeah. So what I mean by specific scan is I'll remove this. Okay. So I can use the argument called hyphen p. If I want to just perform scan on port number 22, I can say port number 22. If I want to perform scan on two ports only, port number 22 and port number 80, I can say port number 22 hyphen p, 22 and 80. If I want to perform on three, 80, then 443, then 3306. Yes, I can do that. Or else I can just mention a range of ports that is from 22 to 3306 or whatever. Okay. Even if I don't mention the ports, na hyphen p, by default it will scan from 1 to 65,534 ports by default. Okay. But if I specifically mention a port like 22 to 4000, okay, let's say, this will scan each and everything from port number 20 to port number 40, 4000. Okay. And it will tell you which port is open, which port is closed, which port has filtered. By default, it will tell you only about open port. Right. I'll show you how it works. Yes. So this is how you can specify the different types of range of ports now. So till the result is coming, I'll show you. Okay, fine. Okay, did not show about the closed ports since this machine doesn't have any filtered port. Okay, so port number 22 and port number 80 we found. Yes. Now, the next thing is if you're working in intranet network and you have 2-3 IP addresses to do testing similarly. Usually what people do is they on one particular tab they'll run for one scan, for another tab they'll run some another nmap ka another scan for that particular IP, and the third tab they'll use for some other scan for that particular specific IP. But here in nmap we can mention the range of target IP/domains also. Okay, so what I mean by that is I can just say nmap and then I can just say 192.168/1.0/24. What this will do is it will scan all the IP addresses from 1 to 254. If not, if I want to just scan the IP addresses from 192 to so and so, then I can just mention like this also, right? Or else I just want to scan two IP addresses or two domains. I can do that. If I want to scan an IP address along with the IP address, I want to scan some domain also. So I can do that also. Microsoft, let's say Microsoft domain.com. Yes. So Nmap is completely flexible tool. And another best part of Nmap is in one go, you can use all the arguments also. So this was about the range of IP address. The next thing that we'll be learning is about something called as firewall or IDS bypassing. Now, see, bypassing this doesn't mean ki it will bypass your antivirus also. Okay, still it will be caught. So most important thing is bypassing the firewall. See, the first layer of security that any computer or any network or any organization has its own firewall or something called IDS or IPS also. Yes, IDS is the intrusion detection system and IPS is intrusion prevention system. So this is the first layer of security that any company will have. The most important way of bypassing a firewall or the IDS IPS is to fragment the particular packets. What do I mean by fragmenting the particular packets is, if you send anything in one go, definitely you have chances of getting caught. Yes or no? Yes, Aryan.
Yes, sir.
So the smartest way of doing this is to fragment the particular packets. Now, how we do that fragmentation is we use this particular command called as -min -rate. So 1000 is the perfect number. If you want to go below that, I think I've told you guys, right? -min rate.
Yes, sir.
If the number is below this, more accurate results will be there, but more time will be consumed and less of getting caught. I mean, caught as in getting blocked, let's say, blocked only. This is equivalently okay. And if you have the highest, more packets, like about 1000, so less accurate and less time for results. You can practically see it, okay? You can try out. But by default, I prefer it to use -min rate 1000, because if you use a lesser one, it will show you more. It will take more time. See, it depends on the firewalls also. Okay, some firewalls, if you send 1000 packets at one time and fragment them into multiple of thousands, 1 by 1000 packets, now it will still catch you. Some may not. So it's up to you. It's up to you how you fragment the packets. But this is the best part, fragmenting the packets. Okay. So if I say hyphen, then this, I'll put just port number 22. I'll leave it. We'll just say -min rate 1000. Press enter and I'll see. See, it is taking a bit of time to scan. Yes. See, right now we are using a completely different operating system. That is, it's a vulnerable operating system. But in real time, if you start doing this now, it will take a lot of time. Yeah. So this was about the normal type of scan. Yes. Then we learn something called as NAC. NAC doesn't mean NAC means Nmap scripting engines. Okay, this I won't be teaching right now. I'll just give a glimpse about what it is. Now, based on port number, and Nmap is also a very excellent tool for enumerations. So more widely used for enumerations only, I can say, this NAC. So by default, Nmap has its own NAC scripts. So I think you can locate it also, user share. Okay. Nmap Nmap scripts. See, these are all the possible scripts that are available. I'll just say ls. Okay, these are all the possible scripts that can be used. So based on the service that is running and the service versions, or just say service also, okay? Based on the service that is running, you can use this NAC to find the particular more in detail version. So this I'll teach you guys tomorrow, because this will take a lot of time to explain. And we can use hyphen NAC and then mention the type of script name, okay? And the extension of this is .NAC, extension is .NAC, and the programming language that is used. If you want to write your own custom NAC script, is called Lua scripting. Lua scripting is almost equivalent, I can say, to Bash scripting, but yeah, you need patience to write in Lua scripting. It's a very low level programming language, scripting language basically. Okay, so uh, before using this, we need to type one command called as sudo update db. If you type sudo update db, this will update each and everything here. Okay, so every time when you're planning to use NAC, always use sudo update db. So new updates regarding the existing NAC scripts or the new NAC scripts, you'll find everything here. You'll get it automatically pulled. Okay, so always remember to write your information gathering a report and keep it. Right now, what I've done is I don't have Xmind on my office laptop. I'll try to install it tomorrow with a licensed version, and I'll see. So this is all the chunk of data that we could gather. You saw how important this is going to be tomorrow. So always remember, gather more and more information, keep it documented. It will be very useful for you. If one process doesn't work, you need not go back to the starting position and do. So this documentation will help you, and then you can create your own checklist files also. So I'll teach you how to create your own checklist also based on this. So today this will finish with the lecture here only. I hope you guys didn't have any doubts, because you guys did not ask me anything. Aryan, you had any doubt?
No, sir.
Satvik and Harsh, Baba?
No, sir, no, sir. Not yet. No.
No doubts, right? Try to install
Yes,
the
sir.
machine and see, and try to create your own information gathering का documentation, okay, like this. See, this is very
Okay, sir.
important. हाँ, documentation ना, अभी तो मैंने क्या है notepad use किया है. I don't want to use Word, and I don't want to create this documentation online. Tomorrow I'll try to show how we can use Xmind and create it. With the help of Xmind na, see, I was mentioning about checklist. With the help
For the
of
documentation,
Xmind,
sir.
see, we have to create documentations, right? I mentioned na previously that we need to create two types of documentations. One is the information gathering ka documentation. The other one documentation that we need to create is pen testing report documentation. Information gathering or planning and reconnaissance documentation will help you to make your own. It will help you to plan your next processes or next execution phase. See, directly you find anything, any Nmap ka open port na, you do not directly go and exploit it first. Yes, if you do that, you'll exploit, and in that time, what will happen is it doesn't work, then you'll get frustrated. So best is to find as much as documentation, as much as information, and then plan it accordingly. So manual testing takes time, but it's the best way of finding vulnerabilities. Okay. So tomorrow I'll show you how to create your own checklist based on this particular document, based on this particular information that we have got. We'll create our own checklist. We'll create our own, what you say, mind mappings also. Okay, Aryan? Okay, Satvik?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Okay,
sir.
Harsh?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So when if you guys tomorrow, if you guys work in any company now, follow this process. This will actually help you. Okay, this will actually help you a lot. Today you will feel that I'm telling whatever is little old school or something boring. But guys, trust me, if you start implementing this now, you'll start enjoying a pen testing career.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Chalo. I'll see you guys tomorrow,
Okay, sir.
and we can we say we'll do the further. So tomorrow we'll learn something called as creating our own checklist and mind mappings. Okay, and based on that we'll perform each and every enumerations. We'll do each and every enumerations. But before that, and NAC enumerations I'll teach you also tomorrow. Yes.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chalo.
Okay, sir.
Satvik and Aryan, thank you for your time.
Yes, sir.
Aryan,
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
calling you. Okay,
Yes, sir.
I'll call you. Chalo. Bye, guys.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Sir, can you send me the last previous